What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlemania here, back with another video. Extreme Championship Wrestling provided fans with a much needed alternative to the bland style of WCW and the WWF in the 90s. While ECW brought in established stars, they also created stars of their own. What became of these men and women? Join us now as Wrestlemania discovers whatever happened to 10 stars of ECW. Number 1. Tazz. Wrestling journalist Bill Apter helped the man who would become known as the Human Suplex Machine break into the business. Tazz enjoyed success in ECW and the WWF before shifting gears to color commentary. Tazz worked in TNA as well from 2009 to 2015, initially as an advisor, but soon as a color commentator. Since his departure, Tazz hosts his wrestling podcast, The Tazz Show. Number 2. Shane Douglas. The man who wanted to become Dr. Troy Martin left ECW for the WWF, hoping to make enough money to pay for medical school. When his run as Dean Douglas fizzled, Douglas returned to ECW, later jumping to WCW. After WCW folded, Douglas participated in Extreme Pro Wrestling, where he held the promotion's world title. A run in TNA saw Douglas wrestle occasionally, serve as backstage announcer, manage The Naturals, then return to the ring. Douglas also participated in Hardcore Homecoming, an ECW reunion featuring ECW originals. Douglas hit the indie circuit in 2009 and continues to wrestle. Martin is one of the many former WWE wrestlers suing the company in a class action lawsuit based on traumatic brain injury. Number 3. Stevie Richards. ECW original Stevie Richards participated in many ECW fans' favourite angles, whether it was his work as a member of Raven's Nest or his hilarious parodies such as the Blue World Order. Richards' talents found him in constant demand, including runs in the WWF as leader of the Right to Censor group and later as a member of WWE's version of ECW. He has remained active on the independent circuit and worked for TNA and Ring of Honor. Richards had the misfortune of pitching a perfect game in the MLB 2K11 video game, a game which offered a $1 million prize to the first player to pitch a perfect game. Why is this a misfortune, you ask? Apparently Richards' accomplishment took place before the contest's official start, leaving him out in the cold. Number 4. Dawn Marie. Dawn Marie worked in real estate before entering the world of wrestling. In a 2000 interview, Dawn Marie credited Devon Storm and Buddy Landel with helping train her. "I had these two incredibly talented men who were willing to train me and help me," says Dawn Marie, who worked the indies for 3 years before getting her first big break with ECW 2 years ago. "I was just very lucky that I fell into a group of people that were very generous and kind and willing to help me, which isn't always the case. I was blessed." Dawn Marie's success in ECW saw her signed with the WWF in 2002. She participated in a number of angles, including the bizarre storyline with Tori Wilson where she kayfabe married Wilson's real-life father, Al, killing him after a night of passionate sex. Dawn Marie was reportedly terminated from the WWE in 2006 while on her maternity leave. She filed a wrongful termination complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission in 2006, and the case was settled in 2007. Dawn Marie has made appearances at independent shows and formed Wrestlers Rescue in 2012, a charity for down-on-their-luck wrestlers. However, the charity has come under fire for questionable practices, including not delivering funds to wrestlers. Dawn Marie denies the allegations. Number 5. The Sandman. From surfer to beer drinking, cigarette smoking tough guy, James Fullington's work in ECW, WCW and the WWE excited fans with his violent style and trusty Singapore cane. Sandman has worked in TNA and continues to appear on the indie circuit, looking much different than he used to. Number 6. Tommy Dreamer. The innovator of violence has proved a double threat, providing solid and captivating performances in the ring and utilizing his experience backstage to help promotions such as TNA. Dreamer has held the ECW banner high in the WWE, competing with fellow ECW stars the Dudley Boyz and Rhino, and appearing on WWE programming chronicling the legendary promotion. Number 7. Sabu. Trained by hardcore legend and uncle the Sheik, few people were surprised when Terry Brunk took the wrestling world by storm with his combination of brawling and high-flying table-smashing maneuvers. A Triple Crown winner in ECW, Sabu's unique character has kept him busy in TNA, Juggalo Championship Wrestling, and the WWE since ECW's collapse. Like many of his former ECW colleagues, Sabu can be found on the independent circuit. Number 8. Raven. An undeniable talent, Scott Levy worked in WCW as Scotty Flamingo and the WWF as Johnny Polo before reinventing himself into the ECW legend Raven, a master of mind games and brutality in the ring. Raven's cutting-edge promos kept ECW fans enthralled, as did his ring work. However, Levy was never able to find main event success in WCW or the WWE. A run in TNA led to an NWA World Heavyweight Championship reign, and Raven engaged in some of the promotion's most hardcore matches. He left TNA in 2010, but continues to appear on independent shows and has toured Europe and Africa. Number 9. Mikey Whipwreck. Before he became the lovable underdog Mikey Whipwreck, John Watson worked in ECW's ring crew until Paul Heyman gave him a chance in the ring. His underdog status made for exciting storylines in ECW, with him eventually winning the ECW World Championship at the age of 22. Whipwreck, an ECW Triple Crown winner, worked for ECW until 1999 when he had a short run in WCW. He returned to ECW in 1999 and stayed there until the company folded. Whipwreck retired in 2001, but returned to the ring in 2003, making appearances in TNA, Ring of Honor, and 2005's Hardcore Homecoming ECW reunion show. After several more years on the indie circuit, he retired in 2012. And number 10. Steve Corino. Corino worked as enhancement talent in the WWF before finding success in ECW as the ECW World Heavyweight Champion. However, ECW's alleged inability to pay led to Corino seeking work elsewhere. Plans to appear at WCW's Sin pay-per-view fell through, but Corino found work on the independent scene, forming the faction known as the Extreme Horsemen. From there, he worked in TNA during its early days and Ring of Honor from 2002 to 2006. His retirement tour ended up like that of many other wrestlers, and he decided to continue wrestling, working the indie scene and Ring of Honor. Corino's Ring of Honor contract expired at the end of 2016, and he now works as a coach at the WWE Performance Center. Well guys, there you have it, 10 ECW stars and where they are now. Be sure to leave your comments below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.